Frequently, individuals perceive challenging life events as conclusive, as if they mark the end of growth or potential. However, when viewed from a more elevated perspective, these challenges are not endpoints, but rather signposts pointing towards possible futures that can be actively shaped and altered. This shift in perception is critical in transforming adversity into opportunity. Understanding and accepting our innate worthiness to receive guidance is a key factor in navigating and reshaping our life path. Often, we may feel unworthy or incapable of receiving help or insight from a higher power or the deeper wisdom within ourselves. This sense of unworthiness can stem from past experiences, societal conditioning, or self imposed limitations. Overcoming these barriers and recognizing that we are deserving of guidance and support is essential in tapping into the divine potential that resides within each of us. This divine potential is not a distant or external force. It is an integral part of our being. It continuously nudges us towards growth, evolution, and transformation. It is an internal compass that guides us often subtly towards choices and paths that lead to our highest good. Tuning into this inner guidance requires a level of self awareness and mindfulness that allows us to perceive and understand the signals and messages being sent our way. Challenging life events, therefore, can be seen as opportunities for this divine potential to manifest. These challenges often push us out of our comfort zones, forcing us to confront our fears, insecurities, and limiting beliefs. In doing so, they provide us with a unique chance to grow and evolve in ways that would not have been possible in the absence of such challenges. Moreover, these challenges often bring to light aspects of ourselves that we may have been unaware of or chosen to ignore. They can reveal strengths we didn't know we had, highlight areas where we need to develop, and guide us towards realizing our true potential. By embracing these challenges and the lessons they bring, we align more closely with our divine potential, which in turn opens up new avenues for personal and spiritual growth. In the face of adversity, it's a common tendency to perceive life as an inherently difficult journey. This viewpoint is often compounded by the belief that our circumstances are predominantly, if not entirely, shaped by external factors beyond our control. When challenges arise, there's a natural inclination to look outside ourselves for reasons or culprits. We might blame other people, societal structures, or past events for the difficulties we encounter. This externalization of responsibility can provide temporary solace, as it absolves us from immediate accountability. However, it also leaves us feeling powerless and at the mercy of external forces. This mindset, while understandable, overlooks a crucial aspect of our existence, our inherent ability to influence our own lives. When we stop attributing our struggles solely to external factors and start looking inward, we uncover a significant reservoir of personal power and agency. This shift in perspective is transformational. It moves us from a position of passivity to one of active engagement with our challenges. By recognizing that we have the power to change and adapt, we reclaim agency over our lives. This doesn't mean denying the impact of external events or the actions of others. Rather, it involves acknowledging that our response to these events is within our control. The way we interpret and react to life's challenges significantly shapes our experience of them. When we change our response, we change the outcome. Moreover, removing the focus from external factors allows us to engage more deeply with our own strengths and weaknesses. It encourages self-reflection and personal growth. We begin to see difficulties not just as obstacles, but as opportunities to learn more about ourselves, to develop resilience, and to hone our ability to navigate complex situations. This internal focus also fosters a sense of empowerment. Rather than feeling like victims of circumstance, we start to see ourselves as architects of our own destiny. We realize that While we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond to what happens. We can control how we respond to what happens. This realization is liberating. It shifts our mindset from one of helplessness to one of hope and possibility. Stress, particularly when it becomes chronic, can significantly hinder our ability to create, transform, and grow. When we are constantly under stress, our bodies and minds operate as if in a state of survival. In this mode, our primary focus shifts to addressing immediate threats and managing dangers, which is a natural and protective response. However, while this state is beneficial for short term survival, it becomes a substantial barrier to personal growth and creativity when sustained over a longer period. In survival mode, our body's resources are allocated towards dealing with perceived threats. This means that less energy and fewer resources are available for activities that foster growth and creativity. The body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which prepare us for fight or flight responses, but simultaneously dampen other functions such as immune response, digestion, and most importantly, for personal growth, the cognitive processes involved in creativity and strategic thinking. Thinking. Moreover, chronic stress can lead to a range of physical and mental health issues, including anxiety, depression, heart disease, and a weakened immune system. These health issues can further impede our ability to focus on personal development and transformation. It creates a vicious cycle where stress not only prevents growth but also contributes to conditions that further increase stress. Learning to manage stress effectively is, therefore, crucial for breaking this cycle and opening the path to new possibilities and a better future. Stress management involves a combination of techniques and lifestyle changes. Mindfulness practices like meditation, yoga, and deep breathing exercises can be particularly effective in reducing stress. These practices help by shifting focus away from stressors and bringing attention to the present moment, promoting a sense of calm and relaxation. Physical exercise is another powerful tool for stress management. Regular physical activity can help reduce the levels of stress hormones in the body and stimulate the production of endorphins, chemicals in the brain that act as natural painkillers and mood elevators. Exercise can also improve sleep, which is often disrupted by stress, further enhancing overall well being. Additionally, a healthy diet plays a crucial role in managing stress. Consuming a balanced diet rich in antioxidants and essential nutrients can boost the body's ability to cope with stress. Reducing the intake of stimulants like caffeine and sugar, which can exacerbate stress responses, is also beneficial. It's also important to cultivate a supportive social network. Sharing concerns with friends, family, or a professional can provide emotional support and offer new perspectives on stressful situations. Engaging in social activities can also provide a break from stress and boost one's mood. The phenomenon where individuals only start contemplating significant life changes or shifts in their mindset upon reaching a personal low point is quite common. Hitting rock bottom can act as a stark wake up call, an intense moment of clarity that jolts one out of complacency. In these moments, when it feels like things can't get any worse, there is a potent opportunity for profound transformation. This critical juncture often brings about a shift in perspective, forcing individuals to take a hard look at their choices, behaviors, and the trajectory of their lives. It can lead to a deep introspection and reevaluation of values, priorities, and goals, setting the stage for significant change. However, the reliance on such a crisis point to trigger change is not only a challenging route, but also a potentially dangerous one. Waiting for a situation to deteriorate to its lowest point before taking action can lead to unnecessary hardship and pain. Moreover, it assumes that one will have the resources, both internal and external, to catalyze and manage change effectively when at their most vulnerable. A more proactive approach involves seeking and embracing change through positive experiences and emotions rather than waiting for pain and suffering to force one's hand. This approach requires cultivating a mindset of continuous growth and learning, where change is seen not as a reaction to negative circumstances, but as an ongoing process. It involves actively seeking out new experiences, ideas, and perspectives that challenge and expand one's current way of thinking and living. Engaging in self reflection and self awareness practices can help in this process. By regularly taking stock of one's life goals and overall happiness, it becomes easier to identify areas in need of change before reaching a crisis point. This ongoing process of reflection encourages a more nuanced understanding of oneself, one's needs, and the changes necessary to lead a fulfilling life. Additionally, embracing change through positive emotions involves seeking joy, curiosity, and inspiration as catalysts for growth. This could mean pursuing new hobbies, traveling, engaging in educational opportunities, or simply spending time in nature. Anything that invigorates the spirit and opens the mind to new possibilities. Building a supportive social network is also crucial in this approach. Surrounding oneself with people who inspire, challenge, and support one's growth can create an environment conducive to positive change. These relationships can provide encouragement, advice, and a different perspective, which can be invaluable in one's personal development journey. Waking up each day with a mindset that is oriented towards the future rather than being anchored in past memories can profoundly shift our sense of self and our approach to life. This future focused perspective fosters an empowered state wherein we are not defined by the constraints or experiences of our past, but rather by the potential and possibilities of what lies ahead. This shift from a self concept that is limited by past experiences to one that is elevated by future aspirations is transformational. When our identity is tied to our past, especially to negative experiences or failures, it can create a sense of stagnation and limit our belief in our ability to change or achieve new goals. Our past, while it certainly influences who we are, does not have to dictate our present or our future. By consciously choosing to define ourselves not by what we have been through, but by what we have been through, but by what we aspire to become, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and pathways for growth. This reorientation towards a vision of the future involves actively envisioning the life we want to lead, the person we want to become, and the experiences we wish to have. It means setting goals that align with this vision and taking steps, no matter how small, towards achieving them. This proactive approach to life stands in stark contrast to a reactive approach where we are constantly responding to or reliving the past. Moreover, when we start to view ourselves through the lens of our future potential, it becomes easier to let go of old habits, beliefs, and behaviors that no longer serve us. This process of letting go is not just about discarding parts of ourselves. It's about understanding that we are evolving and that what suited us in the past may not be suitable for the future we envision. Observing and releasing these outdated aspects of ourselves can be done from a position of strength and aspiration, rather than one of regret or resentment. Furthermore, this future oriented identity encourages a mindset of continuous learning and adaptation. It acknowledges that change is an integral part of growth and that we have the power to direct this change in a way that aligns with our aspirations. It also fosters resilience as we become more focused on where we are going and less on where we have been. Additionally, living with a vision of the future enhances our sense of purpose and direction. It provides a guiding light, a sense of meaning that motivates our actions and decisions. This sense of purpose can be incredibly empowering, especially when faced with challenges or obstacles. It acts as a reminder of why we are striving for change and what we hope to achieve. The act of making a decision, with strong intention is more than just choosing between options. It can be a pivotal moment that propels significant change in our lives. This kind of decision making goes beyond the surface level of conscious thought. It taps into a deep seated resolve and determination that has the power to override long standing habits and emotional patterns. When we make a decision with this level of conviction, it's not merely a cognitive process, but an emotional and physiological one as well. Such decisions can fundamentally rewire our brain, altering neural pathways that have been reinforced over time through repeated behaviors and thought patterns. This neurological change is akin to creating a new internal roadmap, directing us away from old, unhelpful routes and towards new paths of behavior and thought. These transformative decisions often come at crucial junctures in our lives, moments when continuing along the same path is no longer sustainable. By choosing decisively and with intention, we signal to our brain and body that a change is necessary. This signal is powerful enough to disrupt entrenched patterns and catalyze new ones. For instance, deciding to adopt a healthier lifestyle after years of neglect, or resolving to pursue a long held dream despite fears and doubts, can initiate a cascade of changes that alter our very identity and sense of self. The impact of such decisions extends to our physiology as well. When we make a choice that aligns with our true desires and intentions, it can lead to a reduction in stress and anxiety as we align our actions with our true selves. This alignment often results in a greater sense of harmony and well being, as there is less internal conflict between what we want and what we are doing. Moreover, these decisions set us on a path of healing and personal growth. Healing, in this context, is not just about physical health, but also about emotional and psychological healing. By breaking free from the patterns that have held us back, we open ourselves to healing past wounds and traumas. This healing process is integral to personal growth as it allows us to develop new, healthier ways of being. Furthermore, the act of making a decision with strong intention often requires a deep level of self awareness and self reflection. It involves understanding our deepest desires, motivations, and values, and aligning our actions accordingly. This level of self knowledge is crucial for personal growth, as it guides us in making choices that are truly in line with who we are and who we aspire to be. The idea of dedicating each day to becoming the person we aspire to be is a powerful concept that requires a deep commitment to personal transformation. This commitment is not just about setting goals or aspiring to certain ideals. It's about engaging in a daily process of self reflection, confrontation, and growth. It involves a continuous effort to identify, challenge, and ultimately change the parts of ourselves that are not aligned with our aspirations. Embarking on this journey means recognizing and confronting a range of internal barriers. These barriers can be deeply ingrained habits, limiting beliefs, or recurring emotional patterns that hold us back. For example, someone aspiring to be more confident and assertive may need to confront their habit of self doubt and passive behavior. This confrontation is not a one time event, but a daily practice where each day presents new opportunities to challenge old ways of thinking and behaving. Moreover, this process requires us to be brutally honest with ourselves about our shortcomings and vulnerabilities. It calls for a willingness to look in the metaphorical mirror and acknowledge the aspects of our personality or behavior that we might prefer to ignore or deny. This level of self awareness is crucial, as it is the first step in making meaningful changes. In addition to self awareness, this daily commitment to transformation also demands resilience. As we strive to change, we are likely to encounter setbacks and challenges. Old habits and patterns can be resistant to change, and progress can sometimes be slow and frustrating. Resilience helps us to stay the course, maintain our focus on our goals, and continue to strive for growth despite these challenges. Furthermore, this journey involves a balance between self acceptance and the desire to change. While it's important to recognize and work on our flaws, it's equally important to accept and love ourselves as we are. This balance prevents us from falling into self criticism or becoming overly focused on our perceived inadequacies. Additionally, transforming into the person we aspire to be often requires us to step out of our comfort zones. It might mean taking risks, trying new things, or putting ourselves in situations that challenge us. These experiences, though sometimes uncomfortable, are essential for growth. They allow us to stretch our capabilities, learn new skills, and gain confidence in our ability to handle different situations. Engaging in these daily battles with our old self also fosters a sense of empowerment. Each time we successfully confront and overcome a part of ourselves that doesn't align with our goals, we reinforce our ability to shape our own lives. This sense of empowerment is cumulative. With each small victory, we gain more confidence in our ability to change and grow. Transformation is a comprehensive process that extends beyond mere desire or wishful thinking. It is about integrating our aspirations into the very fabric of our daily lives, ensuring that our thoughts, actions, and even our subtlest behaviors are in harmony with the goals we set for ourselves. This means that if we aspire towards qualities like abundance, mastery, or peace, every element of our lives should reflect this aspiration. For instance, if one's goal is to live a life of abundance, this should be mirrored not just in financial aspirations, but also in a mindset of generosity and gratitude. Abundance, in this sense, becomes a holistic concept, encompassing not only material wealth, but also richness in relationships, experiences, and personal fulfillment. This approach requires a shift in thinking from scarcity or lack to a belief in plenty, where there is a genuine appreciation for what one has and an optimistic outlook for what can be achieved. Similarly, if the aspiration is towards mastery in a particular field or skill, this requires more than just intermittent practice or casual engagement. It demands a deep dedication and a consistent effort to hone and refine one's abilities. This could mean setting a rigorous practice schedule, continually educating oneself, seeking feedback, and being open to learning from both successes and failures. Mastery in this context is about a commitment to excellence and a relentless pursuit of improvement. If the aspiration is for inner peace, this too must permeate all aspects of one's life. It involves cultivating mindfulness, practicing meditation or other calming techniques, and responding to life's challenges with equanimity. It also means creating an environment, both physically and socially, that supports a peaceful state of mind, which could involve simplifying one's lifestyle, nurturing supportive relationships, and avoiding unnecessary conflict or drama. This alignment of thoughts and actions with our aspirations is not a passive process. It requires active and ongoing effort. It involves making conscious choices that align with our goals, even when these choices are difficult or counter to our habitual responses. This might mean saying no to certain opportunities that don't align with our aspirations or making lifestyle changes that better support our goals. Moreover, embodying our aspirations means being mindful of the subtle ways in which our attitudes and beliefs manifest in our everyday behavior. For example, someone aspiring to be more compassionate should be mindful of how they interact with others in both significant and seemingly insignificant interactions. Cultivating abundance is a multifaceted process that requires a fundamental shift in both mindset and behavior. To truly embody abundance, one must first internalize the concept in thought and then manifest it through action. This process starts with a conscious effort to reprogram our thought patterns. Typically, our minds are wired to focus on scarcity, limitations, or what we lack. To cultivate an abundance mindset, we must actively redirect our thoughts towards possibilities, opportunities, and gratitude for what we have. Reprogramming our thoughts to align with abundance involves more than just positive thinking. It requires a deep seated belief in the plentifulness of the universe and our own capacity to attract and create abundance. This can be achieved through practices like affirmations, visualization, and mindfulness meditation. By regularly affirming our worthiness and capability to attract abundance, visualizing ourselves in abundant scenarios, and being mindfully present and grateful for the abundance that already exists in our lives, we start to rewire our brain's neural pathways. The next step is to rehearse and embody behaviors consistent with an abundance mindset. This means acting as if the abundance we seek is already our reality. It involves making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, being generous with our time, resources, and knowledge, and seizing opportunities with the belief that more will come. For instance, an individual aspiring to financial abundance might invest in their skills and education, not as a scarcity driven response to fear of unemployment, but as an abundant act of self improvement and confidence in future opportunities. Consistent practice is key to embedding these new thought and behavior patterns into our brain. Just as muscles grow stronger with regular exercise, our abundance mindset strengthens each time we consciously choose thoughts and actions that align with it. Over time, this consistency transforms our mindset, shifting from a focus on what we lack to an appreciation and expectation of abundance. This change in mindset subsequently alters our reality as we begin to attract and notice more opportunities for abundance in our lives. Furthermore, cultivating an abundance mindset also involves being aware of and challenging any limiting beliefs that may sabotage our efforts. Many of us harbor subconscious beliefs about our worthiness, capabilities, or what we deserve, which can counteract our conscious efforts to cultivate abundance. Identifying and addressing these beliefs is crucial for a true transformation of mindset. In addition to internal work, cultivating abundance also involves creating an environment that supports and reflects an abundance mindset. This can include surrounding ourselves with people who embody abundance, creating physical spaces that feel abundant and nurturing, and engaging in activities that reinforce our perception of abundance. Cultivating abundance requires a holistic approach that encompasses both thought and action. It involves reprogramming our thoughts to focus on abundance, rehearsing behaviors that reflect this mindset, and consistently practicing these new patterns until they become ingrained in our brain, effectively transforming our mindset and consequently our reality. This transformation also involves challenging limiting beliefs and creating an environment conducive to abundance, thereby aligning all aspects of our lives with the principle of abundance